A Dualsense patent tells us what the touchpad of the new PlayStation 5 controller is capable of. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, how nice you found your way to my channel. While Sony themselves did not provide us much information about the features of the touchpad, since it seems obvious how it's gonna be used, a patent for the Dualsense controller could reveal more to us. With the unveiling of the Dualsense controller, the gamepad, which is to be released together with the PlayStation 5, we not only finally learned what it looks like, but also learned a few details about the built-in features. But the touchpad itself was neglected, and Sony didn't went into details. A patent now gives us an overview of the possible features of the touchpad. That document, which can be found in the database of the United States Patent Office, shows what the touchpad could be used for if the game developers incorporate the corresponding functions into the games. Draw and represent. Currently, we can already use the PlayStation 4 keyboard with the DualShock 4 touchpad to quickly select letters. The controller already tracks the movements of your fingers here. But it seems Sony refined this even more with the Dualsense controller. The highlight here is that the movements are not only tracked but also displayed in the menu, just like in the games themselves. In addition, unlike the plastic surface of the DualShock 4, things are supposed to be displayed on the Dualsense itself. The patent also mentions specific applications. The touchscreen could show which areas of the screen have which task, which for example results in a swipe across the entire screen or a pressure on the center. The touchscreen could show with a line how the player has to make a guess there, either on the touchscreen or with the entire controller. The touchscreen could be configured to show where the player touched the controller screen or what traces they left on it. The touchscreen can be set to always show the last gesture of the player. Former gestures could be deleted as soon as a new one is registered, or fade after a certain time. What is this good for? So it's mainly about registering and displaying finger movements. This may not sound as exciting to some, but if it is used correctly, it does have some good use. And since the movements are displayed directly on the TV screen, while we're executing them on the touchscreen, you would not even have to take your eyes off the screen. Games with built-in touchpad features can be more convenient if you no longer had to jump through the menus with the controller, but could simply use your fingers as a mouse. PC players would welcome these features for sure. I personally don't use the touchpad really that often, except as a button in games to, as example, open in-game maps. And there are not much games outside which have specifically built-in touchpad features. Of course, it always depends on what the developers do with it. It remains interesting how and if the developers may implement these features into the games, and if the touchpad features will become more relevant. Consider leaving a like and even subscribe if you don't want to miss any videos like this anymore. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.